What's up, my good people, and welcome back in to the Bully Ball Show on Sparks TV. As always, I'm your host, Nino Sparks, aka the Mid Range Bully. Now, quick vid for you today. We've reached it. We're here. The start of the NBA season is finally here. September is over. The dog days are over. Sports, we here. We right in the prime. You know October is the best month for sports. And finally, we get some basketball. Some meaningful basketball. I mean, it's the preseason, but shit, it's hoops nonetheless. So we got to take it right. And today I want to talk about the home team, my Los Angeles Lakers, who take on the Minnesota Timberwolves. I think they're playing in Palm Desert, if I'm not mistaken. You know they like to make their rounds or whatever. But shit, I'll take it however we can get it. However we can get it. So, we're going to dive right into it, break it all down like a fraction. But as always, before we get started, if it's your first time tapping in, or maybe you tapped in a few times, go ahead, tap that like, tap that subscribe, tap that notification bell, stay tapped in. Let's get this shit. Okay, so, the Los Angeles Lakers. What am I looking for today? We're not looking for much. It's the preseason. The big guns might play 2 quarters if we're lucky. But we want to see what the offense looks like. Let's see what that looks like. Let's see what JJ's, offensive scheme. We're not going to see everything in one game, especially not the preseason. But I'm interested to see how he wants to play. Because every coach, they said, we're going to play fast. We're going to play hard. What are you really going to do? And I want to see, hopefully, everybody plays or whatever. We know what the starters look like together, and he's already said he's going to keep that starting lineup, even though I still believe that Max Christie at some point will become a starter this season. I believe he's going to do that. But what is it? What does LeBron and AD look like out there? Are we going to be able to see fatigue from them off the rip, coming off of the Olympics? Or is that going to work in their favor? The fact that they've been running, like when you play pickup and you got fresh legs, it's your first game and you jump in there with some guys that have been running up and down already and they get your team up out of there real quick. Is it going to be similar to that where, hey, we've been hooping, we ain't got to, get ourselves going or, work ourselves into shape because they've been in shape. Hopefully that's what we get from AD and LeBron. And what does the backcourt look like? Austin Reeves and D'Lo. Are they going to be getting cooked off the rip? Or is the continuity, the fact that they've, been together now, this will be their third go-round together. Is that going to play a factor that they look good together? They have to look good together. You could either look good together in the Lakers uniform or y'all could look good in another uniform. So we're going to see. I want to see what that looks like. Rui, we know what Rui's going to do. And then outside of that, Max Christie. What is Max going to look like? Because obviously they want to run him as a six man. I'm not buying that. I think that's just, I think eventually, I don't know if Rui's going to be the one that comes off of the bench eventually. Eventually, they might have to break this backcourt up if they're getting cooked like that. And I already said, in the West, the toughest position to guard is not the wings. It is the backcourt. It is either a point guard or a shooting guard. That's where they get you. You look at the Clippers. What do they got? They still, even James Harden at this age, can give you 40. You look at Memphis. Ja's back. The team we playing tonight. They got an elite shooting guard. They just went and got DiVincenzo. I don't know if he's going to play. Maybe not in the first game. But the elite guard play. Curry with the Warriors. Fox with the Kings. Excuse me. So I want to see, D'Lo and Reeves are big, excuse me. And smoke weed. Pardon me. D'Lo and Reeves are huge guards for their position. So it's like you would think that they could stay in front of guys or, not really get bullied. They're not the fastest. They're not fat. You're not staying with Ja. But that's why having a Max Christie is going to come into play, and expect him to finish games. Like I said, he might not start off the rip, but expect him to finish games. Because you're going to need a point attack defender. And that's not going to be LeBron. You said you're bringing Vando off the bench. Bringing Vando off the bench, that might just be because you need to ease him into it. And we'll see if he plays. I think think he might still be out. We'll see. We'll see how many guys actually play. And outside of seeing Max Christie do his thing, I want to see Dalton Knecht and Bronny James. Let's see the rooks. Let's let them get as many minutes as they can. And this will be Dalton's chance to show that he needs to be in the rotation. This will be Bronny's chance to show that he's going to be more than just a G League guy this year. Because injuries do play a part. And let's just keep it real. They trying to sell tickets. Or not trying, but that's what they do, is sell tickets. That's what the Lakers do, is cinema. What's more cinematic than the father and the son? Are we going to get that moment today? Are they going to save that? I say we just go ahead and get it out the way. I want to see it. I want to see Bronny throw a lob back to LeBron. I want to see LeBron throw one to Bronny. That's what I'm looking forward to the most, if we get that moment tonight. But let me tell you what I don't want to see. What I don't want to see is us all over the place with the rotations. Last year it was like, you see a guy come in the game, you like, what is he doing in the game? Like, where did he come? With certain guys that, no disrespect, but I don't want to see Cam Reddish getting a bunch of minutes in preseason. Even though you got to have bodies out there. We know, like I said, at the start of the day, probably not going to play much. But last season, Cam was getting way too many minutes. At one point, he was even in the fucking starting lineup. And him and Taurean Prince were giving you like a combined 5 points a game or some shit like that. We've seen what he has. No disrespect. And he's a Duke guy. So JJ's probably going to find some minutes for him. But if he's getting a bunch of minutes, that means Dalton Knecht is not getting minutes. And we can't have that. We need to see the young guy develop, get some minutes. So when his number is called in the regular season, he's already hot. He's already warmed up. He's already involved. We don't need to be playing a bunch of random guys. I want to see legit. We know what the starters look like. Let's have a legit idea of what the bench rotation looks like. Again, we're not going to see, you're not trying to show your hand. You're not trying to show everything, especially not in one game, especially not in the preseason. But let's see some continuity with the coaching as well. Because last season, off the rip, you could tell this shit was about to be all over the place. You could just see it. And I called it in the preseason. Hey, we need to adjust when it comes to the timeouts. Hey, we need to adjust when it comes to the rotations. And you saw that all throughout the season. Now this is a whole new coaching staff. It's fresh. They done implemented their systems. Let's see what this shit looks like. But that's all I got for free. Y'all let me know. What do y'all want to see tonight from the Los Angeles Lakers? Did they get the dub? Or did the T-Wolves get up in them? Did they get on that ass? Are y'all ready for the Bronny and Bron show? Do you think we get that moment tonight? Do you want to see the rookies play more? Or would you like to see more of a Gabe Vincent, more of a JHS? I ain't even mention them. If they don't play tonight, they not playing. It's like, come on, dog. We got to see something. But y'all let me know what y'all think. I'm going to tap back in later. Peace.